Today I'm going to talk about something that you may be considering but you're too scared of asking because you're going to come across like a horrible person for even asking that you want to do this while you're pregnant or breastfeeding. Hey, we all think about it every now and then. We're pregnant, we're huge, or we're breastfeeding and not really feeling ourselves while our bodies go back to normal, and we just want to do that extra thing to make us feel good. So in this video, I'm going to talk about a few different factors you need to consider when it comes to getting your eyebrows microbladed during pregnancy / breastfeeding. So definitely stay tuned, and if you are interested, make sure to check out the table of contents if you feel like you need to skip straight to that section. Otherwise, check out my journey in what to expect when you get your eyebrows microbladed. Shh, don't tell anyone, hint hint. Don't get it while you're pregnant. First of all, getting your eyebrows microbladed is where they make a bunch of little cuts in your eyebrow and insert the pigment in your eyebrow and give you that full eyebrow shape that you've really wanted. So basically there's no clinical research studies done to see if ink seeps into your bloodstream enough to affect your breast milk or enough to affect your fetus. So I would highly recommend do not get it while you're pregnant. I never got it while I was pregnant. Do not get it while you're pregnant for that reason alone, not to mention the next few reasons that I'm about to tell you about. Number two, you want to think about the fact that your skin is broken. So they literally take a knife to your skin and make a million little cuts into your skin. So there is a risk of infection. And because there's a risk of infection, especially during pregnancy, you can pass on that infection to your baby and cause a secondary infection in your baby. So again, another reason not to do it while you're pregnant. The third thing that I wanted to talk about is the topical anesthesia that they put on top of your eyebrows to make sure that you don't actually feel all these cuts going into your skin. The topical agent that she used on me, as you can see here, had lidocaine and tetracaine, and lidocaine is actually a category B drug class for pregnancy, and tetracaine is a category C. And if you guys are wondering what that means exactly and wondering what's safe during pregnancy and breastfeeding, please make sure to check out my pregnancy drug category video and the links in the description box below. So basically what that means is there is that possibility that with a category C that you might see some side effects. The fourth thing that you need to consider if you want to get microbladed eyebrows is the fact that your body is going through a lot of hormonal changes. And I actually got microbladed during both my baby's breastfeeding journeys. And it is so true when they tell you hormones just do crazy things to your body. So both times when I did do that, it barely lasted. So within a few weeks, whatever pigment I had in my eyebrows was gone. So that's a lot of lost money and time. Because of the hormone changes, you might have your facial skin might actually be a little bloated than normal because of the water retention that occurs with a change in the hormones during pregnancy or breastfeeding. Number two is the fluctuating hormones can also cause your body to not take the pigment, which is exactly what happened to me, as I said earlier. And then number three, the fluctuations in hormones can cause hyperpigmentation, which means some areas of your eyebrows might end up being darker than other areas. So that is another thing to consider. If you are just going to any place out there, there's a possibility that that place might not be so clean, or they may be reusing blades without you knowing, and with that comes a possible HIV infection or a hepatitis infection, and that is definitely not something you want to pass on to your baby or even to yourself. So definitely make sure that you do your research if you end up having to do that after pregnancy. All right, guys, let's talk about my opinion on whether you should do this during pregnancy and during breastfeeding. I would say during pregnancy, please do not get it done. For all the reasons I stated above, you don't want to risk giving your baby HIV or hepatitis. You don't want to risk giving them a secondary infection, which can possibly lead to miscarriage or birth defects. And you definitely don't want to deal with the fact that there's so many unpredictable risks that you could be creating for just getting nice eyebrows. So definitely don't do that if you're pregnant. My opinion, and I think every doctor out there will tell you to not do it. Now, when it comes to breastfeeding, like I stated earlier, I did get it while I was breastfeeding with both my babies. But I made sure to do my research, guys. There's so many things to consider. You want to make sure you're not getting infections. You want to make sure that whatever numbing agent is being used is actually passed through your body. So for example, when I did get it done and I was breastfeeding, I was so OCD about anything passing into my milk that I actually did what people call pump and dump, which is so horrible in my opinion. Thinking back, I wouldn't do it again. I ended up pumping and then dumping the milk that day after I got the procedure because whatever was seeping into my bloodstream, I didn't want it passing into my milk to my baby. So it was the most painful thing that I did was pump and dump the milk so my baby doesn't get whatever has gone into my bloodstream. But as soon as I knew for a fact that everything has cycled through my system, I actually went back to giving my baby my breast milk. So I gave myself a good, few pumps before I gave my baby the breast milk. Now, this is controversial, and so a lot of people are not gonna like that I'm saying this, but I needed it for my mental health. And when you're happy and you're taking care of yourself, you're a better mom, period. I mean, nobody can really tell me otherwise, because when I'm happy, it is easier to be a good mom, period. I mean, everybody is. Yes, if I went back, I won't do it again, but I made sure to take all the precautions considering everything, all the aspects that I mentioned earlier in the video. So definitely think about it, make sure you're making the right decision for yourself, and definitely check with your doctor or lactation consultant before moving forward with any of these procedures. All right, ladies, I'm getting my eyebrows microbladed. I'm actually really late, so I need to go in, but just really quickly showing you my before. So we're numbing the eyebrows. And how long will this sit?
20 minutes.
20 minutes. We just started and numbing the eyebrows. We're getting microblading and shading today. Why did we put the plastic? Oh, stay in place. I'm really excited to see how they're gonna look with shading today. So we're gonna do a shade lighter this time. But yeah, this is supposed to sit on for 20 minutes and I'm gonna fill out paperwork meanwhile, so fun times. It's taken off, and then some alcohol before starting the microblade. And I wanted a more raised look towards the ends here, so that's what we're gonna do. Yeah.
So I thought you needed to put a little bit more shoulder right there.
Okay.
So this side, I love them more.
I can't tell the difference.
I love them narrow too, bro. I masked the color on, and then you can tell when it
Then you filled the color
you
some more.
just really the first
Right.
section.
Awesome. That was quick. Wow, that looks so good. This is the first pass. That looks really good.
This is the last.
Love it. Okay, ladies, here it is. I am totally in love with it. Okay, so this is day 2. They're still pretty dark, but they are dry because every time I try to move my eyebrows, they hurt slightly because they're so dry. But I'm gonna go ahead and I put a little water on here and just pretty much just like go over them because that's what she told me to do. But see what's happening here. So basically the first 2 days you're supposed to just swab it with water twice a day, and then 3rd day you're supposed to start moisturizing them twice a day for proper healing, and then you're not supposed to get them wet for a full 7 to 10 days. So that's gonna be a little challenging. I'm thinking of buying like the tape when I shower just to put on top, obviously not touching these parts, but yeah, that's what I'm thinking of doing to cover it. All right, day 2. I have to get my eyebrows covered up because they're not supposed to get wet for 7 days, and this is the only way I could do it. So I was trying to be as artistic as I could, but yeah, I have to wash my hair, and it's day 2, and yeah, with 5 more days to go. Hashtag the things we do for beauty. Day 6, guys. The light behind me is, okay, there we go. Day 6. They're peeling, and it's kind of hard not to pick at them, but they are peeling, and this is normal, and it looks like I've lost pigment, but what's gonna happen is it's gonna heal, and then the pigment is gonna show, so we shall see. Day 6. Okay, so this is 3 weeks after the microblading. It looks pretty good. I don't think they were as thick as they were when I first got them because of, you know, the healing process, but I think they look pretty good. Actually thinking of maybe not even going back to get a touch-up at this point. I'm okay with the way they look. Thank you guys for joining me today. I hope this video was helpful in making the right decision for you and your baby. Stay tuned.